Ayo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Now, about 4 or 5 videos ago, you guys know that I fully took responsibility and I honestly admitted that I complained way too much on this channel. Any problem, anything that happens in your life is more or less your fault. You are walking in the middle of the street at 2 a.m. and you get jumped. Why the fuck were you walking by yourself alone at 2 a.m.? If you completely destroy your body using steroids and compete at the top of the top, when you possibly get hurt, which unfortunately I did, which may possibly result in a permanent retirement from powerlifting, you just have to suck it up and deal with those consequences. If you end up getting cheated on, what did you do in order to get cheated on? Were you not masculine enough? Did you not make enough money? Were you not good enough of a person? What is the underlying root that you have to take accountability for? Instead of coming onto this YouTube channel over the last 3 weeks and trying to explain how I was feeling, I decided to process all these emotions by myself. I am done exploiting my life for views. For the last year, 2 years, I've been exploiting my life, my relationships, everything, because I'm like, I wanted to make a relatable channel to the average person. Now, I know a lot of people will never be trying to break all-time world records. I was never always like this. I was coming up, I was grinding, I was going through all the shitty parts of life that every single one of you guys that is going to try your fucking best is gonna have to go through in order to get somewhere that the rest of the fucking losers won't. Now, I do think that working a 9-to-5 job is a great option for 95% of people, because the stress, the injuries, the mental capacity that I've went through for the last 3 weeks was not easy. And to be honest, it ended me up in the hospital. Before I get into exactly what happened and how we are moving forward on this YouTube channel, my boy Emmanuel put together a sick edit before I actually got hurt. So we are gonna roll that edit just to lighten the mood in 3, 2, let's run it. Emmanuel absolutely killed that edit. I was feeling good. I was halfway through the weight cut and shit kind of hit the fan. Now, I have 2 full videos ready to go. I have the biggest bench date that I have ever done, which is going to be the next video. I also have the heaviest deadlift session I have ever done in my entire life, working up to a top set with the chains. The top weight was 790 pounds for a single. So I mean, that was the most I ever pulled and everything was going according to plan. I also had one of the heaviest squats that I've ever done, 775 pounds for an easy 90% single. And I just decided that I wanted to make this video first to kind of explain to you guys what exactly happened and why I did not compete, and why all these videos are going to be reversed, and the next 2 videos are going to say that I'm competing, but I'm not actually competing. Now, 22 days out, I tore my shoulder. You're going to see on the next video. And then I went right into just crazy peptides, crazy growth hormone. And I knew that honestly the minor shoulder issue was not going to be that much of an issue. I was just going to take 3 weeks off benching and I was going to be fine by the meet. Fast forward to the last heavy squat day. Now obviously you guys will see the hype up and see the actual video in the videos to come. It was a 90% single. and it was fucking easy. One of the easiest 775 pound squats I've ever done in my entire life. The minute I racked that weight, my back completely seized, completely went, and I'm like, you know what? This was just probably heavy weight. I haven't been used to the heavy weight, so my back probably tightened up, which caused that sciatic nerve pain. As you guys know, when I was 21, I severely herniated L4 and L5, L5 and S1. I've seen 6 surgeons, 4 specialists. No one will do anything due to my age, and they just said rehab it back to the best it can be. So I rehabbed it back to what I thought was the best it could be so I could do another powerlifting prep. And unfortunately, the day after the injury, it got worse. The day after the injury, it got worse again. The day after the injury, I did have to call the meet, but I was still gonna go to the meet and I was still gonna do the weight cut because I'm a man of my fucking word. If anything is gonna happen in 2023 other than crazy injuries, I told myself I'm going to give this everything I have. So I was continuing to do the 20-pound weight cut as well as show up to the meet because that's what I said I was gonna do. And if you are not a man of your word, other than extreme circumstances, you are nothing. So I started to do the weight cut. I went to the airport to go to Miami because obviously the Airbnb, the plane tickets are non-refundable, and I did get denied entry into the States again. There was again some more immigration issues, and even then I was like, fuck it, I'm still gonna do this 22-pound weight cut. I don't care. I said I was gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So anyways, I ended up still taking diuretics. I still started no carbs. I started the fasting, and my body honestly just shut down. My mental state just fucking plummeted, and I ended up in the hospital for 10 hours on a hold so they could do an EKG on my heart, which ended up coming back perfect. They did a whole bunch of blood panels. A little bit toxic, but obviously everything came back good. And I experienced more emotions in that last 3 weeks than I ever have. At first it was anger, and then it was sadness. And then I realized that it's like, man, like I also can't get back to the States for, my immigration lawyer said, a minimum of 6 to 8 months now. And everything in my life just started falling apart. Things happened in my personal life that I'm not going to get into because I don't like ruining reputations of other people. You guys always are like, yo, you're the worst fucking human. You're such a shit person. What's going to happen next? Guys, you don't understand how many people I protect that have screwed me over just because I have been loyal to them. And even though people screw you over, they don't deserve respect. But don't lower your frequency or your vibration to bring other people down. I see so many people come online and say, oh, well, this person, man, I don't care. You guys can think what you want. I and my close friends know exactly what happened. And that's all there is to say it. So the last 3 weeks, I was able to see a physiotherapist again, go back to my roots. I've rehabbed this injury once. I definitely can rehab it again. I'm hoping it doesn't take the whole 2 years this time. I'm hoping that I can get back in about 4 or 5 months to an actual healthy living life. I came right down to a TRT dose. I've been doing 100 milligrams of testosterone and enthate a week because I was on such an aggressive cycle. I actually just didn't want to completely come off. And I've been eating just as I please. And I've honestly been journaling, meditating. I have a new addition to my family. River, do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Okay, you're sleeping. I'm doing very well, considering, and that's why I just wanted to make this video, is because I know there's a lot of speculation. I also know there was a lot of shit talk. I mean, it made powerlifting exciting. There was some fat Asian kid, like that fat Andy Asian, I don't know, some fat ass powerlifter who was like talking shit, posts on Instagram, and if I would have showed up to that meet, I would have won. My total was better in the wrap division, especially at 198. No one even would have come close to the dots that I was putting up. And 2, I didn't compete in 4 years, and I was one of the most talked about people at that meet, and I had the lowest dots going into that meet because I've been injured for the last 4 years. So talk all the shit you want, but what I did worked, and it just sucks that I ended up having to re-hurt this injury and tear my shoulder. That's just the name of the game when you play with the top and you play with this type of weight and you take this amount of drugs. I mean, sometimes your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, your discs, steroids are not strengthening your discs. Growth hormone isn't really strengthening your discs either. So it's just a rehab game now, and I hope that you guys continue along on the journey, because we've already filmed 2 social experiments. We filmed a What Muscle Mommies Want, and I think that that's actually a banger. We're going back into summer, and we actually are going to start dieting on a TRT dose to see how good we can actually look on a TRT dose while we actually can't train with these crazy high numbers. So we are not giving up YouTube. We are not giving up fitness. We are not giving up bodybuilding. And we're actually going to get a lot more into educational style videos like we did in the past with my experience on certain compounds, a little bit of the science behind them, and things to look out for. Because that's actually what blew this whole channel up, was me going over my past experiences so that you guys don't make the same mistakes. So I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm just not really going to be exploiting my life for the views anymore. And if I do, it's going to be in a lot more positive sense, kind of what I'm doing here, instead of just getting on here and being like, my life fucking sucks, blah, blah, blah. Because it doesn't. My life's great. I have no complaints. But unfortunately, shitty things do happen. Thank you guys again if you are watching this. I know half of you guys are watching this because you really like me. And I know half of you guys are watching this because you absolutely hate my fucking guts. So for everyone that hates my guts, I just can't wait to keep proving you wrong and keep doing better in my own life just to make yours feel even shittier. And for all of you guys that are actually working towards your goals, hustling, learning, and being a better person every day, I want you to keep kicking ass, because it makes those other negative people feel even worse about themselves. And that's honestly what I inspire to do. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for subscribing. We are definitely going to hit 100,000 subscribers by May 12th, which is going to be my 26th birthday. And back to square one.